It's time for fun. It's time for guy talk.
Never mind.
It's time for shenanigans.
Yeah, man. Hope you guys having a good day on a Thursday. Tomorrow, we'll put a smile on your face, and the place is going to be Hooters, guys, at the Mall of Georgia. The Taj Hooters, as we dubbed it last summer at Falcons Camp. Great spot. Hopefully, I believe we're going to have our Hey Man Ale on draft. Remember last time I went back in the chiller room? I had to...
You did? I forgot about that because the manager was like, I don't think we have it. Mike was like, no,
give me
you've got it.
So went in there. We connected the keg and then flushed the lines and all that stuff. Either way. We'll have some fun. And see us up there, guys, 2 to 7. Hey, real quick, SquidBilly brought this up in Yeah Man, No Man, and I just watched the trailer of the new Nike movie with Matt Damon playing Sonny Vaccaro, one of the initial sneaker pimps, and Ben Affleck playing Phil Knight. I got to be honest. How do you have this movie without having a young actor playing Michael Jordan? Michael Jordan getting recruited for the sneaker.
They have to get permission?
I
mean, you could.
Because Beau, I just looked at the trailer, star-studded cast, Jason Bateman, Viola Davis, all these great people, and it's like, look at Winning Time. Winning Time for me, I've watched that thing probably 3 times now. It's so well done. Yeah. There's campiness to it. There's nostalgia to it. But the best thing they did, I'm talking about HBO's documentary on the Showtime Lakers, everyone looks exactly like the person. And they got a guy, they found this young actor who looks like magic. They found a great actor who has the gravitas of Kareem. Obviously, you got John C. Reilly playing Dr. Jerry Buss.
I think Michael Cooper's son, plays.
Right.
Real life son plays Coop in the show. So to your point, yeah, everybody does look like
I'm just like, so how you couldn't find some young actor who could be Michael Jordan and then see his recruiting process. So, I mean, it looks good, but that's a lot. I don't know, man. It's almost like like a Hitchcock movie. We called it, you'd always have the thing called the MacGuffin. Everything was about like the Maltese Falcon. Right. But you got to have it. How do you not have Jordan in the thing?
And that's what the article I read was about. And it basically was kind of going along the lines that it was like they treated Jordan like a mythical character. Right. So they're chasing this mythical rookie or whatever, and nobody thought he was going to do it, and it just made that's kind of the way it was written.
So the movie, in essence, and I'm guessing here because the way you're describing this is about the process of how Nike goes about getting to this point, much more than it is about Michael Jordan, what he becomes.
Yes, because I think Viola Davis is who plays his mom.
Okay,
and so because Vaccaro just shows up at their house, and that's what in the trailer she's like, oh, you just show up uninvited,
right,
or unannounced or something like that.
But I still think Michael Jordan weighing the options, the way they should, because again, you saw Magic Johnson and all the sneaker companies coming at him in 1980. I don't know, I don't know. We'll see. Only time will tell. We'll all go see it, or wait till it gets on HBO. All right. You all know that Kevin Durant hears everything.
Yeah.
Sees everything.
Yeah, sensitive.
He is the definition of the modern athlete.
He's even owned, Mike. They asked him flat out, like, do you have additional accounts on social media? He's like, yes.
Yeah. So he's got fake, he literally has fake burner accounts to go there and say, and in some cases, man, what an effort. What a gritty effort by Kevin Durant last night.
Well, you gotta
says number one Durant fan.
You got to love yourself.
Durant's rabbit ear strike again. Etan Thomas, former NBA player, posted, I'm no GM, but if you have KD, Kyrie, and James Harden, and you end up trading all 3 but don't get back any stars in return, you have failed as an organization. #Nets fans should be livid at the owner and the GM, Sean Marks. Kendrick Perkins sees that, and then he goes back in the comments section. He says, respectfully disagreed, saying Durant and Irvin were running the show behind the scenes.
Yes, they were.
And I think we all agree with that. Well, Durant caught wind of his comments, and then he went back at him. Have some honor, homie. About Kendrick. Look at the numbers, Perkins.
They've got a history.
Yes, they do.
They were in Oklahoma City together. They've been in lots of battles. But Kendrick has become this outspoken personality, Mike, on TV that has to sometimes kill his boys. This is one of those situations. It's the same reason why Charles and Mike are not partners anymore. Charles has had critical things to say about Mike. Mike took it personal, and now they don't hang out like they used to. Right. This is just part of it. Is Kendrick Perkins wrong?
No, because Kendrick comes back with, hell no. He goes, matter of fact, I'm talking to Sean Marks, the Nets GM, and I got Rich Clement, the manager, on the line right now to get me out. Talking about what was on, again, how Durant tried to put this thing and maneuver it to get him out of Brooklyn. It's been a wild 12 months. And again, and then, by the way, he backed it up with receipts, and there was a lot of stuff that Perkins put up there that was on ESPN, anecdotally saying Durant forced this move.
Yeah, so we said a few days ago, because guys were hitting us up saying, Durant is gone, he's going to be gone. It's no surprise, okay? This is something that should have happened in the offseason when he said he wanted out, and it became such a big deal, and the Nets were like, we're not trading you. But do you guys remember, and I'll just bring this up, Mike, in regards to this whole Durant and Kyrie thing. Do you guys remember they had a press conference when they first got together, and they were talking about the coaching, and they literally said in this press conference, it was like a Zoom call or whatever at the time, because this is during the pandemic, and they said, we really don't need a coach. They both of these guys sat there. Chris, do you remember this? And they were like, yeah, we look at this, we probably feel like we'll be able to handle a lot of things. And basically they were saying it didn't matter if it was Steve Nash, it didn't matter if it was Jacques Vaughn. They didn't care who the coach was because they didn't need one.
Right.
So, yes, they were running the show, Mike, because nobody else is able to make these moves except stars in the league.
Right. Like LeBron, that year they brought in Dave Blatt to coach the Cavs. He drew up a play. I squashed it.
That's right. That's right.
But again, you got that, you are the dude. Look, in the NBA, for better or for worse, the players, the superstars dictate the tempo, they dictate the trades, and they dictate, everything. That's the way it goes. And whether there's going to be some pushback on the next CBA, we're going to find out. What do you think of Patrick Mahomes' little brother Jackson? Do you have a take one way or the other?
No, I mean, listen, I think it's hard to be Patrick Mahomes' little brother, right? You've always got the cameras on you. You've become a celebrity in your own right.
Right.
What did he do this time?
Well, Gracie Hunt, who's a very sexy daughter of the Chiefs.
Okay.
You always see her in various sexy outfits in the booth or in their box at Arrowhead. She goes on and says he's really just misunderstood. There's a misconception about the growing criticism. It all kind of got started or really got critical mass last year about this time. Pat McAfee called Jackson and Mahomes' wife, Brittany Matthews, the tag team of insufferability for their constant TikToking and Instagramming on the sidelines. He goes, and she says, I think Mahomes has a wonderful family, from Brittany to Jackson, talking about his wife to his brother. They're wonderful people. I do think we live in a culture that's often quick to criticize and slow to forgive. I think most people, now me, I don't know the kid from Adam. He just looks kind of goofy. And he's always kind of mugging for the camera.
Yeah.
And as we know, look, your brother, you're on his coattails. You are the Fredo of the Mahomes family, in essence. And so some things, in case you're not remembering, some folks remember they poured water on some Ravens fans that were taunting them at a Ravens game. There was one time, I think the big one that set me off, you and I talked about it on the show. They're standing on the Sean Taylor Memorial logo at FedEx Field. For those who remember, Sean was an amazing Miami Hurricane corner, got murdered in his home, and they honored him up there in Washington. And he's been called out and scamming some companies. Some bars in Kansas City have said he's run out on tabs and things like that, and he's been a jerk. So that's where the background is on some of this.
Okay.
You're Patrick Mahomes' brother. You're living the life.
You are living the life.
You're like Frank Stallone.
That's exactly right. It's a good pull. Here's the deal, though. There was a time, and this is what's changed, that your family showed up and people didn't know who your family was. And now, Mike, with social media, everybody's, hey, look at us. Right. We're here. We're hanging out. And it's about support, but it is also about what? Me.
Right.
So Jackson is benefiting from his brother's fame in a way that a lot of people despise. Right. Like, bro, play your role. You're the little bro. You don't have to want for anything. Big bro's he's going to make all this money. Mm-hmm. He's going to take care of you. Just play your position. Just sit, enjoy the game. If somebody says something bad about your bro, defend him. But you are making this about you, and that's why people are despising it.
Yeah, he kind of has that mug like Will Smith's kid always has. Jaden has that mug. He's got that face. That face. SquidBilly just said in my ear, yeah, I said Gracie Hunt is the one defending him, and I'll agree with her because she's gorgeous. That's Clark Hunt, the owner, Lamar's son. That Lamar was her grandfather. She's the heiress to the Chiefs team. She's very sexy. She's on Instagram.
She was just on Maxim magazine, the cover girl.
How old is she, by the way?
24.
She's old enough.
24?
No, 24.
Wow. All right. I've not seen her, so I didn't know. She was just on the cover of Maxim?
Yes.
Okay.
Look it up.
All right.
As a matter of fact, be Googling it right now. Well, I cue up this next heartwarming story.
Beau, you're a married man. Calm down.
Please, Beau.
I'm looking out for you, Turtle. I was wondering if you've seen her.
No, Gracie, she's a knockout. She's
good cover, Beau.
Sexy blonde. Now, again, in this town, we're Atlanta. Some guys like girls a little more hippie. I mean, big in the hips, built for comfort.
Why, is she this?
No, she's skinny with a great butt.
They call that thick now, Mike, not hippie. I don't think they like the word hippie.
So you're saying she's a little
She's
thin.
my size.
She's a little thin.
No, yeah, she's thin.
She's thin.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Like if she ate like an IKEA Swedish meatball, it would be like a python eating a rat. You'd see the lump go. all the way down. I got time for one more, Chris. I got time for one more. Falcon Report coming up. More on the Super Bowl.
Still too small for you.
Just right size. Road rage driver pulls gun on another car in Paulding, but ends up shooting himself.
Oh, idiot.
Now, you and I have talked about this before. You and I are both hotheads, and you and I have both tracked people down, and you and I both said we should never, ever do that again. Deputies said a road rage driver pulled a gun on another driver but accidentally shot himself. Happened on Buchanan Highway in Paulding County Thursday morning. Road was shut down for several hours while the deputies got to investigating. The deputies determined that a driver who got mad at another driver pulled out a gun, but it accidentally went off. The driver, who's not been identified, was taken to the hospital. Deputies have not released his condition or the nature of his injuries. Needless to say, he shot himself while he was driving the car.
I gotta say, you're a dummy. You know what? You deserve that.
Right.
And by the way, does it really ever have to go there? Does it?
I mean, the other driver luckily was not hurt. Deputies said the driver who shot himself may face charges. The other driver said no idea why this guy was so angry. I've seen it before.
It's not worth it, man.
I sometimes I think when people see my Florida State license plate, it's like almost like it's of somebody like a bull seeing a red flag. Like, I'm not going to get passed by no Seminole. I don't know. I don't know what it is. I mean, granted, I do try to get home, but I don't know.
Now this is close to my heart.
You cut people off. Is what you're saying.
It's a NASCAR pass. You got to maintain aerodynamic integrity.
That's what you call it. Go ahead.
I use
Mike.
it for a little side draft.
Look, this is close to my heart. That's my old stomping grounds. I've been on Buchanan Highway my whole life.
Is that where he shot himself?
That's where he shot himself. Now again, I don't know if he had a holster, if he reached for it and he pulled it out of the center console.
Well,
Pow!
Well, here's the deal. Like, if you're going there, it's called gun safety.
Yes.
Okay. Anyways, I don't know, guys.
I like to get my F-150.
Never come to that.
I like to keep that Desert Eagle right there on the dash.
It should never come to that. What an idiot.